Cause love is running through my veins. Oh, this line can't be tamed. There's fire in my blood. Burn.
Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here for round 3 of the Formula 1 Championship here at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. Round 4 actually, not round 3. We're here for round 4 of the F1 Championship here at Spain, and it is sure to be an exciting one. We have got 12 minutes of the first stage of qualifying just ahead of us. And it is sure to be a thriller. Fernando Tost, in his second F1 race, is now out for McLaren. He is the first man out on track. He'll be hoping for a good performance today. But yes, we've got 12 minutes of Q1, 10 minutes of Q2, and 8 minutes of Q3, and then 33 laps of the race. It's going to be very interesting for sure. We're just witnessing Fernando Tost make his way around the final corner to start his lap on board with the Polish driver. But as you will watch this lap, I'm going to go through the circuit. So the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, located in the municipality of Montmeló in Barcelona, in Spain. This circuit was first opened in 1991 and also hosted its first ever Formula 1 race in the same year. And then this track has been the host of many other racing series as well. In the year later, 1992, was the first ever MotoGP race, the Spanish Motorcycle Grand Prix. And then some other series have been here over the years. Series like DTM, the FIA Sports Car Championship, the European Touring Car Championship, the FIA GT, Formula Renault 3.5, and even some series like the FIA World Rallycross Championship. And the present day, obviously, you have the European Le Mans Series and the GT World Challenge, Europe Endurance Cup, and Formula 1. So, yeah, this circuit has been on the F1 calendar since 1991. They've come here steadily over the past, what is it now? 31 years, I think that is. Math is not my strong suit, I apologize, but let's watch Fernando Tost as the man in the McLaren makes his way around the final corner. He posts the benchmark time, that is the 1:17.823. Thomas Mandic in the Red Bull slots in behind him, a 1:17.850. Red Bull looking to try and get off the back foot, and it's Parashki, a thousandth of a second off his teammate there. His former, no, not his teammate, sorry, I forget Parashki's not at the McLaren anymore. I'm tired today, sorry about that. But Parashki in the Mercedes, a thousandth of a second of Fernando Tost there, so that is quite surprising. Must have been a good lap of Tost then. Cherezny and Patel, the two Racing Point boys, slotting in as well. Laban Zasnishkai in the 1:18.5, followed by Josef Schuto. Then it's Dennis Graf who goes fastest with a 1:17.613. And it's Parashki who obviously took his first ever victory on his debut for Mercedes. Last time out. It was a very spectacular performance from the North Macedonian driver, and I'm sure he feels very accomplished with that, so we'll see how he does today. Dennis Graf goes fastest. Alfred Klaus, who won here last year, goes P2. We have an P3, and then it's Jesper Johansson, who won in 2017, currently P4. Fernando Tost doing excellently in the McLaren, P5, and then it's Enis Parashki, P6. As Thomas Mandic gets himself up at P2, just ahead of his teammate Alfred Klaus. Cannot quite equal him. Enis Parashki sets at lap time. He goes fastest. So Parashki now picking up the pace. and he goes fastest in Q1 from Dennis Krov. Wojtek Kulasek in the Renault goes P8. His teammate Laban Zasnishka currently P13. So we'll see if Zasnishka can get himself out of Q1, unlike what he did in Malaysia. Luca Farina, who delivered Alfa Romeo's best ever finishing performance at the Pacific GP. He slots in P14. Alfa Romeo obviously looking to get their cars into Q3 once again. As we have all 20 times on the board then, it's Enis Parashki who's fastest once again. And your bottom 5 currently is, as there is Maximilian Novikov improving, it's Josef Fredrik Schuto, Victor Albom, Milka Singh, Maximilian Novikov, Jafari Blackwood, and then Laban Zasnishkai, who are currently in the bottom, or sorry, not Laban Zasnishkai, it's Schuto, Albom, Singh, Novikov, and Blackwood, who are in the elimination zone. As Victor Albom improves, but he only manages P17 for the time being. We'll see if the two Haas drivers can manage to get themselves out of Q1, as the Haas looks, they look to have lost a bit more ground than what they did than what they had last year. As Kai Cherezhnias, that's an improvement. So does Lewis McIntyre, as McIntyre briefly got himself into 10th place, but Cherezhnia retook the 10th place from the British driver, the Toro Rosso. McIntyre looking quite good as well, so does the Toro Rosso Summit Özkan, P11 and P13, that should safely get them into Q2. Josef Fredrik Schuto, here he is coming across the line. He's going to want to get himself out of last place. Unfortunately, he cannot manage that for the time being, and he stays P20. Jesper Johansson, the super Swede, gets himself ahead of his fellow Swede, Alfred Klaus, as he goes P4 for the time being. Fernando Tost safely into Q2 at the moment. Maximilian Novikov with a very good effort goes P16, but he cannot improve. Jafari Blackwood gets himself out of Q1 for now. P14 it is for the Jamaican F2 champion. We'll see if that will remain though. Alfred Klaus has had an improvement. He got himself up into 2nd place. So here's Laban Zasnishkai, the Serbian driver, coming out at the pit lane. Lewis McIntyre sets an improvement. He stays P11 though. Either way, I think that should possibly guarantee McIntyre a chance into Q2. Same goes for the McLarens of Franco Gamba and Fernando Tost. They're looking very racy today. They've got some good pace in qualifying. Let's see if the Williamses could maybe get a Q2 appearance today. Obviously, if you remember back to 2018, Laban Zasnishka in the Williams scored Williams' only point in 2018 at this circuit. He qualified P11 that race. Josef Fredrik Schuto did set an improvement there. Unfortunately, he stayed P20. Let's see if Maximilian Novikov, his teammate from Russia, can set an improvement. Novikov crosses the line. It's no improvement for the Williams driver. Oh dear! As that is Jesper Johansson and Milka Singh, who's had a bit of a scuffle there. Singh off the track, and looks to not be able to get the Alfa Romeo running again. Oh, maybe just waiting for the other guys to come back on the circuit. Singh makes his way back onto the racing track, and he's back on the rail once again. So we didn't catch that, but yeah, Johansson and Singh maybe had a tiny bit of a coming together there, and yeah, pretty odd to see incidents during qualifying. Either way, both of them should be back on their way. As Lewis McIntyre set improvement, so does Samet Özkan, as he got himself up to P12. Özkan darts into the pit stop. There is the Haas of Victor Albom, the man from Denmark, just going to start his lap. Remember, Victor Albom, a race winner at the circuit in 2017. He took his first and only Formula 2 victory at this circuit. So it was a very good drive from him then back in F2, and that earned him the promotion up to Formula 1 a few races later. As Maximilian Novikov sets yet an improvement, but we're going to stay on board for a lap of the circuit of Barcelona Catalunya with Victor Albom for Haas, as he makes his way onto turn 5 as the track heads downhill here. then on to turns 6 and 7, as he makes his way through the very fast right-hander turn 9. It's flat out in these cars. Then on to turn 10. This is where it deviates from the F1 layout as well. This is the MotoGP layout. Then on to turn 11. Pretty long and winding corner. Goes uphill as well. So yeah, it's a pretty hard corner. Turn 12. These final few corners are flat. Then on to the final corner, turn 13. Pretty nice through there. Take a curve on the exit there. And then let's see what it will be for Victor Albom. Unfortunately, no improvement for the Danish driver, and he will stay P18 as there's about 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. You just witnessed a few guys coming out of the pit lane there. Fernando Tost is in the pit lane. That's Kai Chereznia. Goodness me, that is wow, that is Kai Chereznia with an absolute stonker of a lap going into P2. Oh, Kai would have definitely hoped it would have been Q3, but that is a great lap time from Kai Chereznia. Wow. As Tomas Mandic, he's got the Alfa Romeo there. Just behind him as he's going to make the move here. Dennis Graf goes fastest now. But wow, what a lap from Kai Chereznia. That is incredible as Mandic, getting a bit held up by the Alfa Romeo. So he's in an Alfa Romeo sandwich, literally, as he's stuck behind the other Alfa Romeo there. So I don't know who the one ahead of him is and the one behind him is. As Mohamed Patel gets himself into P13, I think Chereznia, safe to say for him, that's safely the man from Poland up into Q2, maybe. As Jesper Johansson, the Super Swede, the 2018 World Champion, going to start his lap now. The championship leader, obviously, he is at the moment. As Victor Albom has an improvement, but it's not enough for the Haas driver. He's gonna have another lap to try it, obviously, if it does another lap. Jesper Johansson, though, let's see, as he makes his way on first sector. It is 7,000 a second up on Dennis Graf, so it could maybe be an improvement for Johansson as he makes his way onto turn 5. Nice on the apex there. Then he makes his way onto turn 6. It's like kink in the road. It's called turn 6. Now after turn 7 and 8, the checker flag falls. Lamas Zasniczka gets himself into P11. That should be the man from Serbia up into Q2, quite possibly, as Franco Gambas has an improvement. He goes P8. Now let's see Johansson's middle sector. It's about 400 a second off, so I think Johansson, with a little bit of luck, to get himself into the top 3. Makes his way around turn 11. Using a lot of the curve on the exit there, as Alfred Klaus goes fastest in the Red Bull. Nice stuff from Alfred Klaus there, as Johansson will make his way around the final corner. Let's see what it will be for Jesper Johansson, as he will cross the line, and he goes P4, so just gets himself ahead of Kai Chereznia. As we're waiting for the cars to cross the line, Samet Özkan goes P10. Very good lap time from the man in the Toro Rosso. Wojtek Kulasek into the pits, so is Kai Chereznia, but Chereznia safely into Q2 then, with a very good lap time in the Racing Point. Novikov, Singh and Shuto are in the pit lane, so they will not be seeing improvements. Jafari Blackwood is just on the limit of getting himself out of Q1. Let's see Luca Farina, though. Let's see if the man from Italy can manage an improvement, as he has got Thomas Mandic there just ahead of him. Dennis Graf across the line, and it is no improvement for him. So, Q1 done and dusted. It's Alfred Klaus who's fastest, and your 5 knocked out are Josef Fredrik Shuto, Milka Singh, Victor Albom, Maximilian Novikov, and Jafari Blackwood. So, yeah, that is the first stage of qualifying done then. Shame for Blackwood, as he went out again. I think he was probably hoping to get out of Q1 this time. He was quite close to doing it. Both Haas's knocked out. Same goes with both Williamses of Novikov and Shuto. Neither of the two have managed to get themselves out of Q1 so far this season. And then Milka Singh, shame for him as he starts P19. That's going to be frustrating for the man from India. Very good lap time from Kai Chereznia, though, it has to be said. He looks to be on the pace today. P5 in Q1, and he was P10 P2 at one point, so did absolutely greatly. We'll see if he can get himself into Q3 today, but yeah, it could depend. So we will see. Alfred Klaus, they're going fast at the end of the session. That is quite interesting. We see Red Bull picking up the pace here at Spain. Obviously, the track where they won here in 2018. As we're here now for Q2, the second stage of qualifying, and it is the Renault of Wojtek Kulasek, the man from the Czech Republic, who is first out on track. So Kulasek eager to get himself into Q3 in that Renault. Let's see if he is able to manage it. Kulasek, obviously, who's had a very long and decorated career with Red Bull. No podiums to its name, obviously, unlike some of his teammates. Obviously, Rahul Patel, when he was driving for Renault, scored a podium with the very chaotic Abu Dhabi race in 2017. And then Thomas Mandic, who also scored a podium at the very chaotic Hungaroring race in 2018. Kulasek, though, he's kept himself honest. He's scored very consistent points finishes. And yeah, he's asserted himself as the main man in the Renault team. So I think Renault will keep him for quite a long time going forward. And yeah, he's had some breakout performances. One performance that stands out for me is the 2017 Azerbaijan Grand Prix of Kulasek, where he was running a brilliant P4 for Renault. And then it was cut short because I believe he was sandwiched in between Franco Gamba and Alfred Klaus. And that sent him into the wall and out of the race. So it was quite a big shame for Kulasek. But yeah, he's had a pretty successful career, I'd say. So we will go on board with Kulasek now as he makes his way around the long and winding turn 3. Reminiscent of a lot of our other corners in the Formula 1 tracks. You think to Turkey's turn 8, for example, or Sochi's turn 4. So, yeah, it's a test on G-forces as well. You do endure quite a bit of G-forces through fast corners like that, where you have to turn quite a lot. Then through turns 7 and 8. And now on to turn 9. Famously, we saw in 2017, we saw Davos Daniel and Lewis McIntyre collide at that corner in turn 9, or in 2007, in the 2017 Spanish Grand Prix race. That was a very chaotic one. Pretty good race as well. If you are interested in rewatching some more classic ACOC races, not the ACOC, not to be confused with the ACOC Classic races, obviously, but if you're interested in watching some more older ACOC races, the 2017 Spanish Grand Prix would be one to recommend. It was a pretty fun race, though a bit chaotic. And Prachi, the man in the Mercedes, goes faster than Wojtek Kulasek then, as Kulasek sets the benchmark time 18.894. Prachi sets an 1:18.339. Dennis Groff goes behind Paratsky there. He sets a 1:18.464. The 2017 world champion. No victory to his name just yet. He's gonna hope to score a win here at Barcelona then. As Miran Evji is just starting his outlap there. Lavas Nishkai is gonna cross the line in his Renault. Let's see if he can match his teammates. He can. Wow, it's a very slow lap time. It's a 1:30.3. So I believe Zasnishka must have had an off or something. I think that's probably not an actual lap time from Zasnishka there. Johansson goes fastest. Klaus goes even faster. Wow, Alfred Klaus, I have to say. He's looking quite on the pace today. I think this track is a bit of a happy hunting grounds for the Swedish driver Thomas Mandic also into P2 to make it the Red Bull 1-2 currently in Q2. Obviously, none of these results count just yet. So Lewis McIntyre goes into P8. We're awaiting the other guys to cross the line. We don't know where they are just yet. So I think it's going a bit slowly for some of the guys. There's Mohamed Patel as he goes P8 in Racing Point. There just behind is his teammate Kai Turezhnia as he goes P11. and Luca Farina goes into the top 10. That's P11, as Franco Gamba goes P7 for the time being. Samet Özkan currently in P13. And then Miran Evci with a quite so lap time. Nishka is currently last from the runners. So that's all the 15 types on the board. And Klaus fastest once again. And your bottom 5 at the moment is McIntyre, Farina, Cherezhnia, Özkan, and then there's Nishkai. But I believe that's not the final lap time from Labas Nishkai just yet, as Thomas Mandic set an improvement, but he stays P2. There is the Mercedes is coming out of the pit lane. As I'm just reading chat. Still feels weird seeing Parashki so high up. Yeah, I agree with you, but it's nice. You gotta feel happy for him. I mean, he's finally getting to prove himself in a very competitive car, and he sure did that in Malaysia, you know. So, I mean, very good for Ennis. I mean, he's spent 2 years in very subpar machinery. Sky Trading will just cross the line there. But back to what I was saying about not Cherezhnia, sorry, Parachki. I mean, he spent some years in some abysmal cars. 2017, obviously, he was with McLaren, and I mean that car was just, to call it horrible is an understatement. So yeah, I mean those guys barely scored points, and Parachki still did. I believe he scored a record P7 or P8. In a McLaren Honda, should I say? I mean, yeah, obviously those were races of attrition, but still, he scored points in those races, and he outqualified, and he beat his teammate in both years in McLaren. He beat his teammate in 2018 as well. So he really is one of the stalwarts of the midfield, and now he finally gets to prove himself in a race-winning car, and he's already won a race. So. Yeah, and Mercedes have got a really strong lineup on their hands. We got Jesper Johansson, obviously world champion, and now Ennis Parashki is looking to prove himself to Mercedes, and he already has. You know, he scored a race victory. So absolutely great to have Ennis up there now. As we are actually on board with Parashki here, he's about a 10th off in the first sector, so could maybe get himself into the top 3. Parashki though, but it's only the first part of the lap, as Franco Gamba improves, getting himself ahead of his rookie teammate Fernando Tost. But the bottom 5 remains unchanged. Samet Özkan's improvement, but he stays P14 for the time being. Miran Evci's an improvement, gets himself from P5 to P3. So yeah, the Ferraris not looking too strong. This looks more of like a Red Bull track to me, as Alfred Klaus has absolutely nailed it looks like. And then Thomas Mandic in P2, who I believe hasn't actually scored a podium yet for Red Bull. I could be wrong on that, but not to my memory at least. And Parashki goes across the line then. He goes P5 as Jesper Johansson is into the pit lane. Dennis Graf is currently in P6, taking it a bit easy for the 2017 world champion. He dives into the pits. Mohammed Patel, the former Red Bull driver, I think he'd wish to be in the Red Bull right now, but yeah, he's still doing quite alright with racing points. Bit of a new challenge from Mohammed, so it's going to be interesting. He's currently ahead of his teammate Kai Cherezhnia, and he's looking to get himself into Q3, so good stuff from Patel as Farina crosses the line. He does not manage an improvement. Samet Özkan, the man from Sweden, will cross the line, and he gets himself ahead of Kai Cherezhnia. But yeah, he cannot get himself out of Q2 for the time being. And yeah, thank you for confirming that. Mandic has not had a podium with Red Bull yet, so. Thomas Mandic then, currently in P2. As he comes into the pit lane, so both Red Bulls into the pits now. Ennis Parashki still pounding around the track, looking to find improvements as he will make his way across the line, and he does still not improve, but yeah, getting some running around the circuit. Labmas Nishkai, who's currently last by about 4 seconds. He goes P9. That's good for Labmas Nishkai, as he might be into Q3 with that lap. Fernando Tost who is looking to make another Q3 appearance. They're only second Formula 1 there, so that's absolutely crazy. 10 seconds on the clock. Kulasek is just going to get a lap time, and he goes P5. What a lap from Wojtek Kulasek. Gets himself ahead of Mercedes. Fernando Tost goes P3. Wow, that is a great lap time for Fernando Tost. And that is the man from Poland with the P3. That is a stellar lap time from him. Evgy does not improve, and Parashki is on lap time here as the checker flag is now out. Özkan's at the pit, so he's aboarded his lap. Cherezhnia as well, so is McIntyre and Muhammad Patel. So I'm so used to calling him Muhammad Patel. I can just call him Patel now, but yeah. Luca Farina is, I believe, on lap here as well, and it's Parashki, who's currently in P7. As he will round the 13th and final corner, and his Parashki will cross the line. He goes P6 ahead of Wojtek Kulasek. Both Renaults, though, looking to be in Q3. Zazniczka just barely in there. As he sets an improvement, but he stays P10, so he's going to have to hope that Luca Farina behind does not improve. Kulasek, still going around the circuit, actually, but he's into the pits now, so that was what was in lap. Fernando Tost, he should really be proud of himself for that lap. That was an incredible lap. And if he carries on that pace to Q3, yeah, who knows what the McLaren could be capable of around the circuit. Miran Evgy's the final car to finish qualifying. He's into the pits, so it's Alfred Klaus, fastest once again. And your 5 knocked out are Mohamed Patel, Lewis McIntyre, Luca Farina, Samet Özkan, and Kai Cherezhnia. So, yeah, very interesting qualifying then. Yeah, shame for the two racing points, especially Kai Cherezhnia, because they had a very, very good pace in Q1, but I think it just completely went for him. It's a shame for him. Same goes for Luca Farina, Alfa Romeo not being able to get into Q3 this time. I think this track isn't quite suited to the Ferrari-powered cars, it looks like. And then Lewis McIntyre and Samet Özkan, the two Toro Rossos, out as well. McIntyre, he's done quite well though. P12 is going to be nice for the British driver. He could be on for some points today. Same goes for Mohamed Patel in P11. Kai Cherezhnia as well, a bit lower than he would like to be. So he's going to have to hope for a bit better in the race. Same goes for Samet Özkan, who's, I believe, delivered Toro Rosso's best performance in a few years at least. As we are now here for Q3, the third and final stage of qualifying. So this is where the battle for pole begins. Alfred Klaus, the man in the Red Bull, he's topped Q1 and Q2. Let's see if we can top Q2 once again and take pole. Franco Gamba, the man from Italy, arguably Italy's most successful ACOC driver. Currently out on track. I think this will be a nice opportunity to talk about Franco Gamba. He's had a very interesting career. He really has. He obviously does have a podium to his name, Gamba, and he was really strong in the midfield. Obviously, he in 2017 back with Force India. Very, very strong efforts it was. He consistently finished at the top of the midfield, and he had some great battles with the likes of the Williamses of Shuto and I think it was Shuto and I'll just say Shuto, and obviously his teammate at the time, Alexander Arnold. Great battles in the midfield he had in 2017, and he really proved himself there. 2018 was not as fruitful for Force India / Racing Point. But he still managed to get some good finishes. And now in 2019 with McLaren as he takes on a new challenge. Yeah, he's still doing quite well. So the McLaren looks quite decent this season, better than where they were last year. Crazy to think that they have a completely new lineup from last year. I think back to last year, it was Enis Parashki and Linus Timel. Now it's Franco Gamba and Fernando Tost. That is kind of interesting. But yeah, Always nice to have a bit of a new lineup at some teams. Makes you wonder how the ACOC lineups are going to look a few years forward, you think, to the seasons like 2021 and 2022. And imagine how it's going to look like. Imagine how the World Championship, who's going to win the World Championship and everything. It's really fascinating to speculate, you know. How's everything going to be and how's the history going to play out for everyone. It is going to be quite exciting, and I'm sure you all, I hope you all stick here for the journey. Either way, Franco Gamba making his way around the final corner. Let's see what Franco Gamba can deliver, as he will set the benchmark time. It's a 1:17.7, so that is actually pretty good from Franco Gamba. Laban Sasnishkai starting his lap there. Jesper Johansson and Miran Evge just starting their lap there as well, and it's Parachki who is on a lap here, as he just makes his way to the second to last corner, and then on to the final corner. Parachki's going to have to hope to stick it on pole today, just as he did in Malaysia, as he will cross the line. It's over 1:17.1, so good lap from him. Alfred Klaus does not go faster than Parachki. He sets a 1:17.252. Wojtek Kulasek a 1:17.812 as he goes P4 behind Franco Gamba. Parachki still on a lap there. Dennis Groff goes behind Alfred Klaus by about 0.2 of a second. Thomas Mandic gets himself ahead of his teammate Alfred Klaus. Just P2 in between Parachki and Klaus at the moment. We'll see if Mandic can manage a top 3 qualifying today, as his results haven't really been too good at the moment. Franco Gamba on another lap there, he can't improve. Fernando Tost goes ahead of Dennis Groff, P4. What a lad. He's really setting the timing boards on fire today, as Lavas Nishka goes P7. Miran Evge just slotted into P3 there. Jesper Johansson only P6. That is very surprising for him, as he's quite far down. Fernando Tost ahead of both Jesper Johansson and Dennis Groff. Those are 2 world champions, and he gets ahead of them in a McLaren. That's crazy. What a qualifying for Fernando Tost. And his Parachki sets another lap time, but no improvement for him. Thomas Mandic in P2. Slowest at the moment is Wojtek Kulasek in P10, as he does have an improvement. Actually equals, I believe, yeah, look at that. He's equaled Franco Gamba. That's a completely identical lap time to Gamba there, but obviously Kulasek remains P10 because Gamba set the lap time earlier. Thomas Mandic, let's see if the man from Croatia can set an improvement. He does, but it's not enough to grab pole. He is just about 0.03 of a second off Enis Parachki. Could we see Thomas Mandic compete for pole today? Maybe, maybe not. That could be very interesting though. But Enis Parachki, I wouldn't say he's untouchable, but he's looking very, very strong in qualifying. That Mercedes is really suited to him. I guess you could say, oh yeah, wow, Parachki's finally in a good car, that's why he's winning. But you look at people like Alexander Arnold. I mean, he went winless for the 2 first races of the season, and Parachki, who just hopped in the car and won straight out. So I think there's still some driver skill to it. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. As Enis Parachki, as I just say that, Enis Parachki sets yet another improvement. That's a 1:17.118, about a 0.02 of a second improvement for the Macedonian driver. As Dennis Groff makes his way around the final corner. Let's see if Dennis Groff can get himself out of P7. Can't. That is very surprising. Jesper Johansson was able to get himself ahead of Fernando Tost there. Thomas Mandic, let's see as he crosses the line. He goes fastest! Thomas Mandic takes provisional pole. And that is a very good lap for Thomas Mandic and for Red Bull. That could be big for the Croatian. He could be on to secure his first ever pole position in his ACOC career here, as he goes 0.03 of a second faster than Enis Parachki. Franco Gamba there sets an improvement, but he stays P9. Just 0.07 of a second off Laban Sasnika there. Miran Evge in P3 will cross the line. Evge does not improve. Enis Parachki still on a lap time. He's hungry to get back. He's hungry to get that pole position back with about 45 seconds remaining on the clock then. The fight for pole is heating up. Parashki is pitting! And that Enes Parashki, he sees no improvement. He sees no point in going out again. Enes Parashki is into the pit lane again. It's game over for him. Wojtek is in as well. Could this be the pole for Tomas Mandic? It could be a very historical moment that we might have another new pole sitter in ACOC history. 2 in a row it could be. We will await though, as there are still some of the guys on track. Obviously, Jesper Johansson is still out on track. We know he's capable in qualifying for sure. Franco Gamba, as timer ticks down, checker flag is now out. We will await 5 cars across the line. This is getting interesting, ladies and gentlemen, as Franco Gamba is first man across the line. Unfortunately, it doesn't improve. He will stay P9. Still a pretty good lap time from him, or pretty good qualifying for him. Both McLarens into Q3. They'll be happy with that. Miran Evji, let's see what he can do. He cannot improve stage P3. Jesper Johansson, let's see if he can challenge for pole. Would it be Mandic or would it be Johansson as he crosses the line? Johansson sets an improvement, but it's P5. Could it be? As Dennis Groff making his way onto turn 10. He is the last chance for someone else other than Tomas Mandic to take pole position. It could be, ladies and gentlemen, as Dennis Groff makes his way onto turn 11 now, and then on to turn 12, and he's gonna make his way through the final corner, turn 13. Will it be Tomas Mandic for pole, or will it be Dennis Groff, 2017 world champion, for pole position as he crosses the line, and he cannot improve? It's gonna be Tomas Mandic, who just comes into the pit lane and sees the final car to cross the line. I cannot believe it, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new pole sitter. Once again in ACOC history, it's going to be Tomas Mandic, who takes pole position for the Spanish Grand Prix. What a qualifying. Wow. And it's a Red Bull on pole for the first time this season. It's not who you would expect. It is not Alfred Klaus. It is Tomas Mandic, the young gun from Croatia. He takes pole for the first time in his ACOC career. Wow. What a lap from Tomas Mandic. And he is accompanied by Enis Parashki on the front row. What a qualifying that was. Ooh, it is going to be nerve-wracking for Mandic, as he will start P1 for the first time in his ACOC career. And he's got none other than Enis Parashki in P2 and Miran Evji in P3 as well. Fernando Tosta, what a qualifying for him. P6 ahead of Dennis Groff there. Tost is really outperforming here as well. So that is very good for Fernando Tosta as well. But hats off to Tomas Mandic. He writes his name into history as an ACOC pole sitter. I would say congratulations, but I was gonna say congratulations in Croatian, but I do not know Croatian, so sorry about that. Just congratulations, Tomas. You are now a pole sitter in Formula 1. Let's see if he can pull it together, though, because that run down to the first corner is gonna be a crazy one for sure. So we will see what happens. What a day for Tomas Mandic, though. I'd say at least he could be on for a podium today if he does not secure the victory. So it's gonna feel nice for him. His teammate Alfred Klaus is down in P4. So, and Klaus, obviously, you remember he didn't win here from pole. He was, I believe, P5 or P4, and he won from pole. I think it was P6 even back in 2018 where he won from. So Klaus, we know he likes the circuit, and he looks to be on the pace here today. But yeah, the Red Bull's looking really, really good then. And so we'll see how they fare. We'll see if they can pick up their first win, possibly. I will not confirm anything because I have a history of jinxing drivers. So I will not say anything 100%. I will only say possibly and maybe. I cannot live with the existential blame if something happens. But yes, here we are then for the race. 33 laps await us, and we will go through the starting grid before it lights out at the Spanish Grand Prix. It's Tomas Mandic, the young Croatian who takes his first ever pole position for Red Bull. And Enis Paraschke in P2 accompanies him. Very, very interesting front row. I think if you would have told someone in 2018 that Tomas Mandic and Enis Paraschke would take front row next season, I don't think they would have believed you. Either way, it's Miran Evji and Alfred Klaus, a much more believable second row, as Evji starts P3 and Alfred Klaus starts in P4. Then it's Jesper Johansson, bit far down for what he would have liked. P5 it's for him, and accompanying him is Fernando Tost. What a qualifying for him, P6. Then it's Dennis Groff in P7, and Laban Sosniska in P8. Good qualifying for him, as Franco Gamba, who's in between the Red Bull Renaults, should I say, P9. Wojtek Kulasek in P10. Mama Patel starts in P11. He could be in for some points today, as Lewis McIntyre, his fellow compatriot, starts in P12. There's Luca Farina in 13th, followed by Samet Özkan in 14th place. Kai Treshnia starts in 15th, and it's Jafari Blackwood, the Haas driver, in P16. Then it's Maximilian Novikov, his former F2 championship rival, starts in 17th, followed by Viktor Albom in P18. Then the final two cars on the grid will be Milka Singh and Josef Frederick Schuto. So, brand new pole sitter then, as he will start P1. Let's see what he's capable of, as he's got Enis Paraschke there in P2. Lights are now coming on, as we've got 6 lights. And we're on the way for the Spanish Grand Prix! And it looks to be a bit of a shaky start for Tomas Mandic. Alfred Klaus with a very good start, as he's already alongside Enis Paraschke there for P2 there. I think Miran Evji's got a pretty good start there. I think the 3 wanted to turn 1 there. Paraschke and Evji side by side, as Klaus could not quite hang on there. But it's going to be the Swede versus the Macedonian, as Evji's going to try to hang on the long way around, as he wants to try to make a move on Paraschke for P2. Heading into turn 3, Mandic holds the lead, as the two are side by side, and Mandic got the jump that he needed there at the start. As they head into turn 5 now, FG on the inside of Enis Paraschke there, as Paraschke tries to hang on. They're still wheel to wheel, as Alfred Klaus there in the background as well. FG gets ahead of Enis Paraschke there, as FG now puts his size too young. Tomas Mandic for the race lead. Dennis Groff, who has not been able to overtake Fernando Toster. He's under pressure from Laban Sosniska, as they get off the line. Mohamed Patel, who's defending from Luca Farina there, as they're going to be about wheel to wheel coming into turn 10. Patel on the inside, Farina late on the brakes, as Patel, bit of too much luck, that is going to give him not the best exit, as Farina is going to be on the inside of the British driver. The two side by side heading to the final corner. Farina gets it done. What a move from Luca Farina. And Patel, it's not over yet for him, as he's got for Wojtek Kulasek, who's not really had the greatest start, as he's fallen out to P13. He's trying to salvage what he can, as he's back up with the P12. Good start for him, or good recovery from him, should I say, as Patel's going to come back at him. Chereshny might get involved with this as well, but he's not going to try to make it 3 wide, as Kulasek's going to be at the inside there. Tiny bit of touch, as Kulasek squaring around there. He's going to be on the outside as they head into turn 3. Patel's going to hold on the inside there. They're side by side as they head into turn 4. Repsol now. Kulasek on the outside line as Patel's going to have the inside. They're still side by side here. So that's an absolutely great battle we're being treated to, as Kulasek's going to be on the inside line here. The two wheel to wheel, as both of them not willing to give an inch to each other. Kulasek on the inside though covers off Mohamed Patel. Gets back up at the P12. Wojtek Kulasek. What a battle between the two, and it's Wojtek Kulasek comes up victorious in that battle. Mohamed Patel though is going to have to watch out for his teammate Kai Chereshny, who obviously won at the circuit in Formula 2. As he's currently in P14, he's looking to chase his teammate as he goes a bit wide. That might invite Samet Özkan into this battle, but at the top 5 then it's Tomas Mandic who leads from Miran Evji, Enis Paraschke, Alfred Klaus, and Jesper Johansson. Oh goodness me, what a start. My voice is absolutely going, as Miran Evji now on lap 3 out of 33 has set the fastest lap of the race. Oh my god. Wow, my voice is absolutely gone. What a start that was. as Chereshny now Defending from Summit Özkan, whom he jumped at the start. Özkan trying to retake that P14 from Cherezhnia. Obviously both Formula 2 race winners, but Özkan was not able to complete the move on Cherezhnia there just yet, as Özkan's got Maximilian Novikov there just behind the Williams driver, who's had a pretty good start. Milka Singh was up with the P18 as he's gotten past Victor Albom there as well, the Haas driver. Alfred Klaus looking to lose time on Jesper Johansson there, so or Ennis Prashi, should I say, as we can see Johansson getting stuck behind the Swede. That is not going to be good for him, but FG looking quite pacey, as he could maybe try and put up a challenge to Thomas Mandic. Ennis Prashi can't quite hang on to FG and Mandic there in P2. Thomas Mandic now going to be put under pressure, as Miran FG with the DRS, then it's the Ferrari versus the Red Bull, as FG down the main straight there with DRS. He's not close enough to him just yet. That's good news for Thomas Mandic. Jesper Johansson, the number 1 Mercedes, currently in P5. There's Summit Özkan diving down the inside of Kai Cherezhnia, but Cherezhnia remaining calm and collected on the outside there of turn 2, or on the inside there of turn 2, should I say, not the outside. It's Özkan on the outside. Remains calm and collected, defends from Summit Özkan. Oh, give me a moment. Sorry, had to take a little water break. Stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen, especially when you're commentating. Lewis McIntyre is running in P10. Very, very good start for him as well, as he gained 2 positions, and he is now on the back of Franco Gamba. So we could see McIntyre maybe making another move here. And he's had a bit of a better season than he did with Alfa Romeo. Obviously, with Alfa Romeo, he struggled to score points quite a lot, but Toro Rosso he looks a bit more comfortable with. So that is very good for Lewis McIntyre. So at the moment he's on to score 1 point. As McIntyre now looking very, very close to the back of Franco Gamba, as he's going to line up alongside the Italian. Gamba on, or McIntyre on the charge here, as he will try and get P9 for Franco Gamba on the inside there, but he has to get back off that, as he's not close enough to make a move just yet. Kulasek there in the background, who's trying to get Luca Farina, though he is not able to. Farina himself, who's trying to get himself into the points, trying to remain consistent, trying to become a very consistent point scorer for Alfa Romeo. But yeah, P11 is still quite good for him now at the moment, as he has really been outpacing the machinery he's been given in P11. That guy is a very good young prospect, I have to say, and Ferrari have done well to secure him. Maybe we could see an Italian in the Ferrari seat in the following couple of years, who knows. Either way, the battle for the lead still rages on, as Miran FG catching up to Thomas Mandic. Mandic is gonna have to start worrying about defending from the Ferrari of FG there in P2. Ennis Parashki, who is kind of falling back on these guys. Let's see that Miran FG down the main straight. He's got the Ferrari engine in the back of his car, so he theoretically should have the better straight line speed than Thomas Mandic. As there's Jesper Johansson attempting a move on Alfred Klaus, but Klaus does not give any room to him. Lewis McIntyre trying to attack Franco Gamba once again, as Kulasek trying to hang on to Luca Farina, but yeah, Farina putting up the defense to Wojtek Kulasek there. As Mohamed Patel can get involved in that battle, so we'll see what happens there. Victor Albom going a bit wide, as I think he's trying to follow Milka Singh there. That's allowed Josef Fredrik Schuto, the Slovakian, to catch up to Victor Albom. Shame for Albom, though. He really has just had a very poor start to the season. This is really not where Victor wants to be at the moment, and we all know he's capable of more. Either way, Kai Cherezhnia, who is chasing down his teammate Mohamed Patel, so we could see the 2 racing points duel, as Cherezhnia is going to want to make up another position, but he's going a bit wide again. That could allow Summit Özkan to catch up. And Özkan, very, very good driver, obviously. a runner-up in the F2 championship in 2018. Obviously, Kyle Churyshny, he finished P7 that year in F2. I believe P7 or P8. And he only did 4 races out of 11. That's absolutely crazy. And yeah, as the 2 F2 guys are going to go side by side, but Özkan, as Churyshny goes a bit wide there actually. Özkan had a bit of a look, but could not get ahead of Churyshny for the time being. That's allowed Maximilian Novikov to catch up. And Novikov, we haven't seen him make a lot of moves. He's just kind of stuck behind and just waited there. And yeah, here's Jesper Johansson as he's trying to clear Alfred Klaus to catch up to his teammate Enis Paratsky. So Johansson kind of frustrated behind the Red Bull at the moment, as he just wants to clear Klaus, as Tost has caught up to him, as Tost has caught up to Johansson here. So has Dennis Graf. So yeah, Johansson has to clear Alfred Klaus as soon as possible if he has a chance of catching up to the top 3. As we see them make their way around turn 13, lap 7 out of 33. We're just about to begin lap 8. And yeah, now coming down the start-finish straight. Jesper Johansson looking very, very close to Alfred Klaus. He lines up alongside as the 2 Swedes will duel for position. Johansson late on the brakes, but Klaus with the better traction on the outside line there. And that's going to allow Klaus to defend once again, as Johansson has to remain in P5. He's got to remain patient, Jesper. He has to wait for his opportunity to strike. Victor Albom there, here he is in P19 as he is catching up to Milka Singh. He's trying to get back into position which he started in, as he goes a tiny bit wide once again. Josef Fredrik Schuto looking for a way past the Dane, but yeah, Schuto can't quite get past just yet. Jesper Johansson then, who is still trying to clear Alfred Klaus, but to no avail for the Super Swede, as he's nicknamed. Miran Evji, the 4th Swede on the grid, who's trying to chase down the only Croatian on the grid, Tomas Mandic. But Mandic, I have to say, superb driving from him, as he's really putting up defense to Miran Evji. So very, very well done, as we're going to witness this battle once again. Jesper Johansson versus Alfred Klaus. Looks a bit too far away to complete that move though, and he was. So Johansson remains behind once again. Johansson though still putting up the pressure, waiting for Alfred Klaus to crack under the pressure that he is putting up. So we'll see if Johansson eventually will be able to push his way through on Alfred Klaus. As look at this, Fernando Tost, as Johansson went a bit wider. Tost had a bit of a look at Jesper Johansson, but yeah, Tost could not complete that move. There was not any space for him to complete that move. Either way, we'll see if Johansson can catch up to Klaus once again and maybe try and make a move successfully this time. We will see. As Wojtek Kulasek, who is still on the back of Luca Farina, trying to get back up into, obviously, as I said, the positions he started in. And we'll see if we can get Farina, but Farina has been also very good at putting up the defense. Jesper Johansson now on the back of Alfred Klaus. Klaus gonna have to put up the defense once again as they head into turn 1 side by side. Jesper Johansson is going to be later on the brakes here, but Klaus remaining defiant on the outside line there. He is going to hold the P4 for now. As Johansson is still on the back of Klaus here. But yeah, no overtaking opportunities into these corners, at least not with the distance between Johansson and Klaus. Fun fact as well, I believe if Tomas Mandic wins, he will become the first ever F1 winner to have graduated from Formula 2. So that is a very fun fact for you guys. And yeah, it is very cool. We're having some of the young drivers become race winners in F1. That is progress. Obviously, I can't say it's gonna happen for sure. Miran Evji is still hot on the back of Thomas Mandic, as Dennis Gurov, who's trying to get past Fernando Tost, but he's kind of just stuck in this little train behind Alfred Klaus, and he's not able to get past Tost here. Let's see Johansson and Klaus then, as the two Swedes are going to go side by side into the first corner, as Klaus on the inside line there. Can Johansson hold on? No, he cannot, but he held on for a tiny bit longer than usual there, as Klaus is going to remain in 4th place for the time being, still holding off Jesper Johansson. He's been putting up the defense to Johansson, as Wojtek Kulasek, I keep saying his name like that, I don't know why. Wojtek Kulasek is on the back of Luca Farina here, still not able to get past Farina, but yeah, Kulasek is the type of man to remain patient. As behind him is Muhammad Patel. So we'll see Patel can get himself involved in this as well, as Kai Shrezhnia is just behind him too. So that is very interesting. As they head through the final corners, Kulasek could have a good chance of catching Farina on the main straight, but the Ferrari engine looking to be more powerful than the Renault engine, so we'll see, as Jesper Johansson is going to try to line up alongside Alfred Klaus once again, but I don't think it's going to work. No, it does not. So Johansson remains behind for now, as he goes a bit offline there into turn 3, at losing him a bit of time to Alfred Klaus there. Johansson and Klaus obviously race winners at this circuit, so they have some experience around this track, but this is probably not where they want to be. They want to compete for wins, and yeah, this is good news for Miran Evji though, as he will catch up to Jesper Johansson in the championship standings. Obviously, if you look at the championship standings, Miran Evji, who actually is championship leader, he leads by 58 points, and then Jesper Johansson on 54. So, yeah, Evji, who's actually fallen behind on Thomas Mandic, look at that. It's about a second's difference between the two. But all I want to say was that Evji, who currently leads the championship by 4 points, is going to be good for him, as he will extend his advantage. But Jesper Johansson, then, we know he's good with his late season charges. So yeah, there's still a lot, and I mean a lot of races to go. So it's a long season. So as Lewis McIntyre, look at that, he had a bit of a look on Franco Gamba, but he could not get past the Italian. We'll see though if he can do it once again, as he's looking very, very close to the back of the McLaren. Trying to chase down the Italian, obviously now the lone Italian in Formula 1. Or no, am I stupid? He obviously is not the lone Italian in Formula 1. There's Luca Farina. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very sorry to Luca Farina for forgetting your existence. Oh, I'm a bit tired today. Sorry, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen. Oh god. Top 10 commentary lines from me. Oh wow. Either way, here's Jesper Johansson, as he's lining alongside Alfred Klaus. Looks a bit closer this time. This time around, as he's trying to get the move done on Alfred Klaus here, but yeah, Klaus gonna shut the door into turn 3, and that's gonna be him ahead for now. And that could actually prompt Fernando Tost to make a move, as Johansson with a very poor exit. That's allowing young Fernando Tost to make a move on the world champion. As they head into turn 5, Tost gonna be on the outside line, though we can't quite hold on just yet. Ooh, going a bit offline there, and that's gonna prompt Dennis Groff to try and have a look, but Tost could not complete the move either way. He still tried, and you have to applaud him for that. As Dennis Groff, who had a look on Fernando Tost there, he's going to have to hope to get the young Polish driver down the main straight. As they head into the 2 final corners, they're going to head on to the main straight. You can see that Mandic is actually lapping 2/10 faster than Miran Evgen on that last lap. So Thomas Mandic is really pulling away. That is absolutely great to see. As Jesper Johansson now is going to try once again, but I don't think he's close enough to complete the move. And he is not, though. Lewis McIntyre, don't think he's close enough either. And he isn't. And so he is going to stay P10 for now, McIntyre, and Johansson is going to stay in P5. So we will see what happens as they head into turn 5. Johansson trying to remain in the slipstream of Alfred Klaus here. Around turn 9 they go. Johansson gaining a tiny bit on Klaus here, but the vital point for the Mercedes is the straights, especially on the Red Bull, considering that the Honda engine isn't the best on the straight line. As they will now make their way around the final corner. Let's see if Jesper Johansson can get Alfred Klaus, who's currently P3 in the championship standings. Though he is quite a bit behind, as Johansson, he's still going to try the move, but that's not going to work. You're way too far behind us. Klaus skips over the curb, look at that. And it might have just actually worked. Johansson, who's put Klaus under pressure. Klaus finally might crack under pressure. The two are going to be side by side. Johansson's going to be on the inside heading into Repsol. As Johansson with a slide almost goes into Alfred Klaus. But they're going to be wheel to wheel as Johansson's going to be on the outside line here, heading into turn 5. As he gets the better exit. Johansson using all the available track provided to him. But Klaus is just ahead for now. Oh, goodness me. That was a pretty good battle, but Johansson then remains P5. Oh, wow, that was a massive scare for Jesper Johansson. Had a really big slide coming into turn 4. And that could have ended in tears for both of them. He almost slid into Alfred Klaus. Wow. Good car control from Jesper Johansson, though. As Wojtek Kulasek is trying to chase down Luca Farina, but Farina, who has remained in P11 for the entirety of the race now, basically. Doing very well, I have to say, Luca Farina. Really impressive rookie debut performance. Johansson, though, he's still hungry to try it, as he is going to be on the inside line here. And didn't work that time, Jesper. He is going to stay behind for P5, as Lewis McIntyre going to try it as well on Franco Gamba, but that hasn't worked for him. If anything, he's just kind of lost time on Franco Gamba there, as he did have a pretty poor line to turn 2. Kulasek on the back of Farina now. A bit closer, and he could maybe even try the move there into turn 4, as he goes a tiny bit wide. Mohammed Patel looking to get past Wojtek Kulasek as well, as it's a very, very tight battle here for P11. It stretches all the way back to Maximilian Novikov there in P16. Thomas Mandic now lead by 2.1 seconds from Miran Evgen. That is impressive, I have to say. As Kulasek, look at that, he's so close to Farina there. He could have a good chance of getting him down the main straight, maybe even, as he goes through turn 12 and then turn 13. As look at that, there's Summit Özkan and Kai Chereznia side by side through turns 12 and 13. That's no where you try and move Summit, but here he goes anyways. As they're gonna be wheel to wheel down the start finish straight. As there's Özkan as well. There's Novikov, and I think they're 3 wide almost into turn 1. Chereznia on the inside, Novikov tries it as well. As Özkan, Chereznia side by side, Novikov can quite complete that as he tried to follow Chereznia through. Chereznia on the inside and trying to defend from Summit Özkan as he's going to be on the inside to turn 3. And he's going to try it into turn 4 then. But Kai shuts the door on Summit and it's going to be Özkan who remains in P15. As, what a battle that was. They were almost 3 wide. As, Maximilian Novikov wanted to get involved in the party there as well, but he could not. Either way though, Summit Özkan, very exciting youngster he is. He's done some quite impressive moves as Lewis McIntyre. The other tour also was making some moves of his own, as well. He was trying to get Franco Gamba, but he could not overtake the Italian just yet. As the gap for the lead is just building up more and more. It's about 2.6 down to Tomas Mandic for Mayan Energy. So Mandic has really he's just really in the zone now. As Dennis Graf goes up to Fernando Tost, but I think Vojta Kulasek is trying it, but Lewis McIntyre on Franco Gamba. That's not going to work for Lewis, and I don't think it's going to work for Kulasek as well. Could he have the inside line on Farina there to turn 3? Yes, he does. The two are going to be side by side. This is Kulasek opportunity to get past for P11 on Luca Farina. They're going to head into turn 4 side by side. Kulasek there on the inside line, and he's got the move done on Luca Farina. Finally for Vojta Kulasek as he gets himself up into P11. And now he is going to chase down Lewis McIntyre for P10. With 14 laps to go, that sounds quite probable for Vojta Kulasek. As McIntyre is still chasing down Franco Gamba. Mr. Gamba in the McLaren. That is Lewis McIntyre's former team, remember? In 2017 he made his ACOC debut with McLaren Honda. Then he switched to Alfa Romeo for 2018 and now to Rosso for 2019. I believe Lewis McIntyre is the only driver to have, or the only driver since 2017 to have not stayed with a team for more than 1 season. So I think he holds that record. If it's a good record or a bad record, that's up for you guys to decide. Either way, there he is, McIntyre, as he's trying it on Franco Gamba. But oh dear, look at that, pretty big slide for Franco Gamba, and that is going to allow McIntyre. He's going to get him held up here as Kulasek is all over the back of Lewis McIntyre. Look at this, as Kulasek tries it there on the inside of McIntyre. Lewis is going to have to put up the defense to Kulasek. Kulasek is hungry. He's chasing down the positions. He wants to get up into the points as he's going to go on the outside of Lewis McIntyre heading into turn 5, that is. As he's going to be on the inside line. He gets McIntyre. He might get Franco Gamba here as well. I can't believe it. As defense turns into offense. Couldn't get it done. McIntyre might get it done on Franco Gamba. They hit turn 9 side by side. Oh my god, what a slide for Franco Gamba. And it's McIntyre ahead. But it's over. Franco Gamba might go down 2 positions. Vojta Kulasek going to try it into the inside of turn 10. Gamba having to defend the outside line there as Kulasek is going to slip through for the point positions. As heading through turn 11 there. Kulasek on the outside. Into the gravel he goes. And that's going to compromise him on exit there. But either way, Vojta Kulasek, what a man he is. As he gets himself up into... Oh, goodness me. Mohamed Patel all over the gravel there. Almost lost control. That's going to allow his teammate Kai Chereznia to make a move on him. Novikov's going to try the Nuskan as well, as Patel's going to have to defend the outside line from his teammate Chereznia. He's going to have the inside here. That's going to allow him to defend from his young Polish teammate. And he has got him past Chereznia there. Özkan and Novikov side by side as Novikov's going to have the inside. Can the Williams driver try a move here? As he's now giving some airtime here. As Novikov's going to be on the inside to turn 4. He's going to the outside into turn 5 on Özkan here. As Summit's going to have the inside here and he cannot make the move down just yet, as Özkan's going to try it on Kai Cherezhnia. What incredible battles we're having here, I can't believe it, as Özkan's going to be on the outside line, heading it through turn 9. Cherezhnia on the inside, and Summit Özkan round the outside, gets it done on Kai Cherezhnia. Novikov's going to try. Novikov's going to try it on Kai Cherezhnia here as well. Absolutely amazing battle. We're being tribute to here, Circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia, as Cherezhnia now putting up the defense to Maximilian. Novikov is just falling like a stone. Cherezhnia has Novikov into the gravel there. And that's going to allow Novikov, that's going to see Novikov staying in P16 as Dennis Groff is trying it for another toss now. Oh my goodness. Wow. As Cherezhnia, or that's Patel, sorry, trying to get past Luca Farina down the inside on Luca Farina there as he tries to hang on the outside line. Patel very late on the brakes for the break as he's going to be at the inside line, just about the head of the Italian. He gets it done on the inside to turn 3. Very good stuff from Mohamed Patel as Farina, as I said, falling like a stone as well. He's down to the P13 as it was P11 just a few laps ago. Özkan defending from Kai Cherezhnia there, as Cherezhnia has really been in the center of the action here. As MG, look at that, 4 seconds to Tomas Mandic, as Enis Parashki has caught up to the Swede now, so we could see a battle here with 11 laps remaining. Oh wow, oh wow. Spain always delivers, ladies and gentlemen. Summit Özkan is trying it now on the inside of Luca Farina. Farina got down another position. Özkan has really been just everywhere. He's just trying moves. Rest of the center as he's off into the gravel and can't succeed that move. Oh, that was close. But he tries into the final corner on Farina. Look at that. That was opportunistic from Özkan. And he's going to go side by side with Farina now. It's the Swede versus the Italian. Toro Rosso versus the Alfa Romeo, as Novikov wants to get on the action as well. Cherezhnia is going to block Novikov there, as Cherezhnia is putting up the defense there to the Russian, as Özkan is going to be on the inside line. It's going to be the bear traction on the inside there of turn 3. But Farina's going to try on. Tries to switch to the inside there, but that did not work for Luca, and that's going to be Özkan up into P13. And Kai Cherezhnia is having a bit of a look on the Italian as well. It's oh so close between these 3 guys. But Summit Özkan comes out on top. Oh wow. My face is going numb, is that normal? As Enis Parashki now is going to want to re-overtake Miran Evji for P2 as they go down the start-finish straight. Parashki is going to line up alongside Miran Evji as they're going to head into turn 1 just about wheel to wheel. Evji defends though. Parashki, they have to stomp on the brakes to avoid going into Miran Evji, I think. As Tost defending from Dennis Groff there, over the curve there for Tost. That could allow Dennis Groff to catch up, but that could also allow Laban Sosnishka to catch up. So, yeah, this race is turning out to be a nail-biter for sure, as Mohamed Patel's going to try it on the inside of Franco Gamba. Look at this. As, can't quite get past Gamba, though. And also, I wanted to mention Daniel Fraser in chat. That is true, Daniel. You have not stayed with the team for more than 1 season, but I was referring to Formula 1 drivers, so... yeah, that's why. Kai Cherezhnia going a tiny bit wider as he's trying to follow Luca Farina. Taking a bit of different lines to maybe find an opportunity for a move on the Italian. Obviously, Cherezhnia and Farina, they were championship rivals in Formula 2, remember. Both of them took race wins during the early stages of 2019. As Cherezhnia is still going to be chasing down the Italian here. Cherezhnia is going to have to watch out for Maximilian Novikov line. Novikov, obviously, that Williams is not a good car, but either way, it is still... he's still doing quite alright compared to his teammate. I mean, he's been outperforming his teammate Shuto, so there's that. As they head down the start-finish straight now, here is Mohamed Patel as he's going to make the move on Franco Gamba. As they go down the start-finish straight onto turn 1, Patel on the inside. As a bit of fun trivia there in chat, Ferrari are the only team with the same lineup for 2017. That is actually very interesting. I mean, Ferrari do have a decent lineup, obviously. So, there's that. Milka Singh, as we haven't seen much of him today, he is defending from Victor Albom there. He's trying to get past Jafari Blackwood, who has about a 10-second gap to Novikov there in P16. As Enis Parachki still chasing down Miran Evji here. As they head on a start finish straight, Parachki looking oh so close to Miran Evji. But we'll see if he can succeed with the move as he's in the slipstream of the Ferrari. As they head into the braking zone, Parachki late on the brakes, but he's not close enough just yet to try it on Miran Evji, who's just losing time. He's losing heaps of time on Enis Parachki there. As Dennis Goff, he's still stuck behind Fernando Tost. As I see Lewis has tuned into the stream. Hello Lewis, you're in the points. Yes, I know. As Mohamed Patel tries it on Franco Gamba, but Gamba has been, he has been strong on the defense today, and well, no, I can't actually say that. He's not really been strong in the defense, but defending from Patel at least. Enis Parachki, who's still putting up the pressure to Miran Evji. I think with a few laps time, he should eventually get past the Swede. Just how Jesper Johansson got past Alfred Klaus. Well, actually, he did not get past Alfred Klaus, but eventually I guess it will happen. As they will head through the start-finish straight now. Parashki's already trying to line up alongside Evji here, as the two are going to be wheel to wheel heading into the first corner. Just about, I think. Yeah, Parachki not close enough just yet. Same goes for Dennis Groff, who's still trying to stop Fernando Tost. You have to give it to Fernando Tost though. He has been really good defending from Dennis Groff. As Patel and Gamba will go side by side once again. We'll see if this will turn out to be anything, as Patel is still putting up the pressure. Oh goodness, that is a big slide from Franco Gamba. Patel had to brake, in the corners and not go back not go into the back of Franco Gamba. But that didn't result in anything either, because now all of these three guys just lost time, so that's a shame for them. As we see Parashki and Evji make their way around turn 12, then through turn 13. As there goes Enis Parashki once again. Will this succeed for the Macedonian as he breaks late on the inside, but there's only so much he can do, and he remains in P3 as Dennis Groff is still trying to get past Fernando Tost. As Kai Terezhnia, here he is again. He's trying to get past Luca Farina. Nice to see a bit of Formula 2 rivalry head on to Formula 1, I guess. Patel still trying to get Gamba, but to no avail. He has just been, he's been relentlessly trying to attack Gamba, but nothing's coming out of that. Same goes for Cherezhnia, who's just kind of been sitting there without anything at the moment. Enis Parashki in the Mercedes, who's still trying to get Miran Evji. You can really tell Parashki currently is quite a lot faster on track than Evji at the moment, as he went a teeny tiny bit wide there into turn 11. That cost him a tiny bit, but whatever. Still, won't affect him too much, I don't think. As he's still going to try to line up alongside the Swede. Will he? No, he stays back this lap. That is interesting. A bit wide there through the exit of turn 2. It's not going to do wonders for Ennis. Either way, as they make their way through turn 4. As look at this, as Victor Albom, oh dear, what a slide from Milka Singh, as Singh tried it on Blackwood, but he could not get past Victor Albom, had a bit of a look there, as Josef Fredrik Schuto is now going to try it on Victor Albom. We got battles up and down the field today, as Schuto is now going to try it on Albom. This is the battle for P19, as it's going to be Schuto on the inside of Victor Albom, then late on the race for Josef Fredrik Schuto, but Victor Albom is going to have the outside or the inside line there into turn 2, and that's the better line through that corner. So he gets that done. Novikov then, who is still trying to chase down Kai Cherezhnia. Obviously Farina, Cherezhnia, and Novikov, all race winners in Formula 2. It's funny, all of these 3 were championship contenders actually in the first stages of the F2 season. As Ennis Parachki has a bit of a look on Marian FG once again, but nothing comes out of that for now. So we have 3 laps remaining in the Spanish Grand Prix. It's absolutely flown by, I have to say. And we've had very spectacular racing today. As Dennis Graf is chasing down Fernando Tost. Nothing coming out of that though at the moment, as Graf has just been stuck by Tost for the entire race. That is really weird. In a good way, I'd say. Tost putting up the defense to the 2017 Formula 1 World Champion in a Ferraris. That sure is one thing. Ennis Prachi then, not been able to clear Miran Evgi. But the time is running out for Ennis, as he is going to want to hope to get past Miran as soon as possible then for P2. As it is going to be another podium for Ennis, so I think he will be quite happy with that. As there's Dennis Graf on Fernando Tost. Will this succeed? And it has not for Dennis, unfortunately. So that's going to be Dennis Graf staying behind for now. Muhammad Patel still trying to get Franco Gamba. We'll see if anything comes out of that, as he will have a look on the inside of Gamba. And yep, nothing happening there, so Gamba remains in P11. Victor Albom, look at, oh my goodness, look at this. As the last 4 guys, I mean, they might be dueling for what essentially is just P17, but hey, at least they're having some fun. Victor Albom, Milka Singh, Josef Fredrik Schuto, and Jafari Blackwood all going at it for position. So that is very nice to see. As we're now approaching lap 32 and 33, 2 laps remain for Ennis Parachki. As there's look at that, there's for Klaus, as he could get involved in this as well. Let's see Ennis Parachki then, as he's going to line up alongside Miran Evgi. He can't quite do it. And that could allow Klaus to catch up, as Dennis Graf is once again trying to Fernando Tost, but Tost remaining on the defense. So yeah, we'll see what comes out of that then. Alfred Klaus trying to hang on to Evgen Parachki here. if Ennis slips up with a mistake here, that could prompt Alfred to try and take the last step of the podium here. Either way, this is gonna get close as we're just approaching the final lap of the race. So this is gonna get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. As FG Prachik and Klaus doing for P2, Thomas Mandic is absolutely nowhere to be seen. He's just gone, that guy. And I mean, what a story this will be as well for Red Bull. That's going to be absolutely amazing. As you can see how close Parachki is, he's already trying it into the final corner on me on FG. But that's going to give him quite a poor exit. There goes Alfred Klaus on Ennis Parachki as we're on the final lap of the race now of the Spanish Grand Prix. Alfred Klaus looks to have gotten the overlap a bit on Ennis Parachki as they head into turn 1. Side by side, can Klaus make it? As Parachki and Klaus are going to be side by side now into turn 3, as it's going to be Parachki on the outside, Klaus on the inside. Alfred Klaus, who's known for making overtakes at this circuit, not for the win now, but for the podium. As, ooh, look at that, Klaus going a bit wider as well into turn 4. It's going to be into turn 5 then, as me and FG going to get involved in this, as he might play a role into this battle. FG going a bit wide there, bit of oversteer for the Swede, as Parachki is going to be on the inside of me and FG for P2, as FG might just lose it on the final lap of the race. He is ahead then into turn 9, as FG with a bit of a slide there as well. That could allow Klaus to get ahead. I think it's going to be FG who's going to get P3 in this race. But the question is, here he is. He is going to become the first ever F2 graduate to win a race. Red Bull have not had a great, too good start of the season, but he's going to prove it wrong. Thomas Mandic, you are a race winner. It's going to be Thomas Mandic who wins the Spanish Grand Prix, and he is now a race winner in Formula 1. And this person is going to come on another brilliant P2. Mir and FG will just hold off after Klaus there for P3. Oh my goodness, what a race. Fernando Tost, P6. What a result for Fernando Tost. Lewis McIntyre with points. It's gonna be points for the Toro Rosso driver once again. Thomas Mandic, take a bow. What a drive! And we have a new race winner crowned in Formula 1. As to the line, look at this. That was to the line between Özkan and Patel. As Patel just got that, I was completely focused on something else. Novikov, though, is going to finish behind Kai Cherezhnia. Look at that. We had a drag race to the line as well between Özkan and Patel. That was crazy. Seeing, though, as he's going to defend P18 from Victor Albom. As he's going to get P18 here. Albom P19 Schuto is going to finish last here. Now we can breathe out. What a race! That was fantastic. And yeah, I think it's time to go through the final classifications then. It is gonna be Thomas Mandic who takes the race win here at the Spanish Grand Prix. His first race win in his ACS career. He becomes the, as we said, first ever Formula 2 graduate to win a Formula 1 race. I feel very proud knowing that, knowing from his humble beginnings in Formula 2. Then you have Ennis Parachki, yet another podium, great drive from him as well. Very intense battle between him and FG and Klaus in P3. FG gets P3, he has the fastest lap as well. Alfred Klaus a very, very close P4. Could not quite get the podium. Jesper Johansson P5, that's Fernando Tost. Absolutely brilliant from him, P6. Once again continues to impress in the McLaren, as Dennis Graf will finish P7. Then it's Labas Nishka in P8. Pretty good stuff from him. And there's Lewis McIntyre in P9. Then Wojtek Kulasek who rounds out the points, P10. Franco Gamba finishes P11, followed by Mohamed Patel in P12. And Summit Özkan, who just barely missed out on P12 there, side by side with Patel across the line there, P13. And it's Luca Farina in P14. Kai Cherezhnia finishes 15th. Maximilian Novikov is P16 after some Nice little action for the Williams driver. Then it's Jafari Black with P17. Then it is Milka Singh and Victor Albom. Shame for him as finishes P19. And then Josef Frederick Schuto in P20. So that is it then for the Spanish Grand Prix. Thank you so much for watching. What a race this has been. Absolutely. It's been absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it's been fantastic. Congratulations to Thomas Mandic on the victory. He truly deserves that. And it has been amazing. We've had absolutely everything. If I have to give out the drive of the day, there has been so many amazing performers today. Thomas Mandic, though, what a man that guy is. He did so well in his first ever race. He kept it clean, kept it calm, as he always does. He shows experience way beyond his years, and he has done really well. So congratulations, Thomas Mandic. Yeah, really deserve this victory. Honorable mention will be Wojtek Kulasek, who pulled off some fantastic overtakes, and then Lewis McIntyre, who did really well for Toro Rosso today as well. So yeah, that has been it for the ACOC. We will see you next week when the ACOC returns for the first ever Tuscan Grand Prix at Mugello. And Formula E will also return for the brand new Toronto E-Prix. So that is going to be very interesting. Make sure to not miss that. And yeah, we will see you. So thank you